Hello and welcome to Maco Tarot. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Hopefully if you enjoyed the message, you'll be interested in sharing, and subscribing to the channel so that we can push this channel out for others to enjoy. I wanted to do a quick reading today about Megan the Stallion and her relationship with Klay. I want to kind of get some feedback and understand what's going on with them. If you enjoyed this celebrity series, please let me know in the comments. So let's get into it. Let's figure out what is going on with Meg the Stallion and Klay. I'm hearing in my head, we're in love. I'm hearing in my head, we are in love, honey. Okay, let's get into it. So we have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the World in reverse. We've got Justice in reverse. We've got the Five of Wands, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Six of Wands in reverse, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, King of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Hierophant. The King of Cups was in reverse. The Hierophant, the Chariot in reverse, Seven of Wands. Okay, now. This is interesting because I'm hearing in my head, we're in love. But then I'm seeing things that indicate that it's not as perfect as it appears. The center of the read, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, this could be something that doesn't work out, or it could be also looked at. There are things that are working out behind the scenes, right? I feel like this is about Megan in general. I don't know if it's necessarily all about love, but I'm going to just tell you what I'm seeing. There's been this space where I think she felt very unfocused. She felt very lost, if you will. And there was how can I say? It was a concerted effort, I guess, with her team to try to help her kind of get back on track. And so even though she was successful, there was this feeling of just life not working out fair for her. Lots of problems, arguments, tension with people that were in her life. And I feel like she's very intuitive. Like she kind of was looking at the situation. She was experiencing the situation, but also looking at it from the outside looking in. And then I feel like Klay is this person that's come into her life that's been the lover, the Knight of Cups. He's the lover. And I feel like, there's been this fall of grace from grace that she experienced. Not so much like her career's in the toilet, but I just feel like, maybe that is that situation with, what is his name? Tory Lanez or whatever, made her feel like everybody was riding for me. And then this situation happened and everybody turned their back on me. And she definitely felt like she was left out in the cold. Like she was just kind of like, wow, by herself, feeling very isolated. And I feel like it's isolated within a crowd. There were always people around her, but inside by herself, she was deeply depressed. She was very distraught by her quote unquote fall from grace, or the fact that the same fans that loved her turned on her, is her feeling, right? So then, there's a lot of unbalanced energy, a lot of trying to figure out what to do. But again, this spiritual part of herself, I think, is what kept her strong, right? Even when she felt powerless, even when she felt like she had to defend herself. So this is weird. This is really not talking about love, even though that's what I was focused on. This is like giving her energy. He's here with the Knight of Cups, I feel, and he is a healing balm kind of thing. But I think this is an internal work for herself, right? The spiritual message is the Judgment. And one thing about the Judgment is I feel like maybe it's her time, maybe who she is behind the scenes, who she is at her core, that spiritual side of herself is now it's almost like God is gifting her with a new start. Not only, you know, reviving her career and music and all of that, but giving her the desires of her heart is what I feel. And allowing her to experience love. Right? Now, what I don't like, and I'm going to get a little bit more information, is there is some sense of betrayal here. There's some sense of sneakery or deception going on here. Let's see if we can get some more information about what's going on. Is this someone in her camp? Is this him, which is what I was trying to do the reading on? Let's figure this out. Can you give us more insight about this Seven of Swords, this betrayal and deception that's going on here? Because that's of what you don't, in the section of what you don't see coming. Illegal activity. Childhood trauma. Dark energy. Work husband or wife. So there could be somebody in her camp. Anxiety. There could be somebody in her camp that she doesn't quite trust. And this person is doing something. Could be stealing money, skimming something going on behind the scenes that she's unaware of. And with the childhood trauma, it could be very triggering to her. It could be somebody in her family that she already has issues with. This person does have a dark energy, but that is in her future. Let's see if we can get more about what I specifically was trying to do. No, I didn't want to get those. Hold on. Okay. Is there more insight you can give us about Klay Thompson and Meg Thompson? I was about to say Meg Thompson. Might be a marriage coming up. Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. Can you give me more insight into their relationship, please? Anything we need to know or can know? We have the letter R. We have the ear of corn. We have the 6. I have to look at my card. And we have D. We have the number 8. There could be somebody in her camp or dealing with that has the letter R. I'm not sure. That could be somewhere in their name. The ear of corn is good luck. It's abundance. It's happiness. So in this relationship, she seems to really be happy. 6 is like enterprise. Like there's newness coming. Maybe she's working on, building out this relationship, or maybe they'll choose to work together. But I feel like it's also like equality. I feel like they feel like they're equal partners. She isn't, trying to scam on him and get his money and vice versa. They are learning about each other and enjoying some of the same things. So there's a feeling of being equal together. Another letter is D that came out. That might be of significance to them. With the number 8 at the bottom, that's a sign of progress. So it's giving good energy. It's giving me good energy with them, that their relationship actually might be pretty healthy and good for her. I don't feel like her relationship is her only thought. Like she enjoys the time and the attention and, with him and stuff. But I feel like she has her own life. She has things that she's working toward, trying to do, accomplish her own dreams. And she's not allowing the relationship to totally distract her. And that's all she thinks about or focuses on, because she has a lot of stuff in the works. I feel like she has a lot of goals, even though she's made it in a sense. She's a millionaire. She's wanting to put out more music, but I feel like it's other stuff. It's things outside of the industry that she's trying to do to better herself, because she's a very ambitious lady is what I'm feeling. Like she definitely has goals and there are things she wants to accomplish. Okay. So basically what came out in the twin flame is I need time to think. Could be things happening really quickly. this relationship taking off. It's in the media, you know, it's like it's really good, but then just needing to slow it down just a little bit so that we don't kind of burn out is the energy. It does say that our love is spiritual, and remember, it fell out also on the Hierophant, which talks about spiritual wisdom, and I did say she's very insightful. Also with the Page of Cups, that she is very much insightful, instinctive. She uses her intuition and her gut feelings, I guess, about him and people. And I think she feels like this is a spiritual connection. Like he comes off to me as a soft place to land. Like he's soft with her. And he gives her a feeling of safety. And I think for whatever reason, that's really important to her. Could be because of this childhood trauma stuff that, you know, of course she won't talk about. But it just feels like he's safety. It's just what I feel. He's a safe place to land for her. And I also feel like he's not really her type. He's not the type of person she normally would kind of deal with. And so it's kind of like trying something new. And she's pleasantly surprised that it's really going as well as it is. Now, this does say give me some time alone. And this kind of goes on to this, I need time to think. But I think it's the same energy where it's not about any kind of breakup or not wanting to be with him or anything. I think that it's just a matter of her wanting to take it slow and be sure so that she's not hurt again, etc. But overall, it feels like good energy within their relationship. It's just a lot of stuff going on with her, and having somebody in her camp that she's not trusting, I think, is a current issue that just kind of wanted to come out. So I hope this reading was helpful. If so, leave me a message down to let me know if it made sense to you. And until we meet again, remember, it always gets better. Always. Bye.